be frank, I'm outraged.
Coming up on First at 5, Alachua County school leaders are paid a personal visit by the state's head educator. The displeasure he expressed with the board and how one member stood her ground.
Plus, a new social media trend that's putting teens in danger. They're inhaling canisters filled with nitrous oxide that promise a quick high but comes with a risky cost.
And a look into how a local community center is helping immigrant students with more than just homework.
First at 5 starts now.
First at 5, from the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
The Alachua County School Board is facing heavy criticism from the state's top educator. He's been very vocal on social media and in Tallahassee, but now he's brought his critiques front and center to the county officials. This is First at 5. I'm Juan Carlos Chaoui.
And I'm Carolina Tortorelli. His speech started last night's board meeting and focused on reprimanding the board's recent actions.
That's right, Carolina. WUFT's Isabella Reinoso watched the meeting and joins us live from the newsroom. Isabella, the education commissioner's comments stem from controversial social media posts earlier this summer.
Florida Commissioner Anastasia Camutzas joined to the podium to criticize school board members for not following what he says state directives. He took a particular focus on board member Tina Certain, who faced heavy backlash after a social media post followed Charlie Kirk's death. The commissioner emphasized the importance of expressing on social media as they serve an example for the community, especially the students. Part of her post said Charlie Kirk was glorified through government support. Calls came for Certain to resign, but she says that will not happen. But that's not the only thing that caught the state's attention. You may remember Sarah Rockwell, the GHS teacher currently suspended for awarding a student an award for most likely to become a dictator. Last night, Camutza said the board needs to update its First Amendment policies and undergo new trainings.
Why are you not prioritizing your students? Instead, your public service is about yourself and your selfish acts. The State Board of Education and I will continue to monitor the Alachua County School Board until it complies with the law, protects parental rights, and ensures that every student is put first.
He goes on to say back in August, the State Board of Education delivered clear and formal directives ACPS leaders need to follow. School board leaders say they addressed the First Amendment policy during a recent workshop. And Tina Certain continued to stand by her post, saying in part, "I made it because I do have a First Amendment right, recognizing that I did not give that up after the training that we had." I made that comment under that guise there. The commissioner personally invited Tina Certain to the next board meeting on November 13, where he said she will be asked some very difficult questions and explain why she believes she's fit to serve the residents of Alachua County. Live from the newsroom, Isabela Reinoso, WUFT News.
A 29-year-old Brevard, Florida man is set to appear in court today for starting the Los Angeles fire earlier this year, which killed 12 people. Jonathan Rinderneck was arrested Tuesday, charged with igniting the Palisade fires in January. They said he'd been living in Melbourne. Officials say he's likely to have used a lighter to spark the destructive incident. He faces charges for malicious destruction in the fire that destroyed some 6,000 homes and businesses.
Right now, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is asking for help solving what they say is one of the state's oldest cold cases. 51 years ago, the remains of James Norris were found off Highway 19 in northern Dixie County. They say he came to Florida from San Francisco back in 1974, then traveled from Miami to Citrus County with an associate. Agents believe someone in Miami, Crystal River, or Steinhatchee areas may have the missing puzzle piece to solve this case. They say Norris have been known to people by the name of Richard Gunning. If you have any information about this case, you're asked to call FDLE office in Tallahassee. It has been feeling like summer so far today, and even over the past couple of weeks, we've seen on and off showers in the area. WFT's forecaster Matthew Clark is in the studio to tell us more about what we can expect in the next couple of days.
The good news is we are about to get our first real cold front of the season. The past couple of fronts have dried us out, but we were still feeling like we were in the 90s. The good news is with this cold front is we're actually going to start to feel like fall as it slowly starts to sink its way down towards Florida as we head in towards the end of Friday, beginning of Saturday. And you can already see some cooler, drier air behind it in the Ohio River Valley. Not much going on up there in terms of satellite and radar. Down here, though, we are tracking a few showers and storms ahead of this front, moving its way through Levy County. A few stronger showers and downpours moving their way through Chiefland. A little bit of a downpour starting to rain itself out south of Ocala and then western Alachua as well. And then further off to the east in St. Johns County, some showers moving the way onshore. We were just shy of 90 degrees here in Gainesville today. We are at 84 currently. Bronson did hit 90. They're sitting at 87. And Live Oak also hit 90. So it was another summer-like day out there. As we head into the rest of tonight, though, temperatures are going to drop off into the lower 70s. Very typical summertime pattern. But in a few days, we'll be seeing some cooler temperatures. I'll have that in a few.
Thank you, Matthew. Florida law enforcement officers are no longer allowed to search a vehicle just because they smell marijuana. The 2nd District Court of Appeals made the decision today. Plain smell doctrine allowed LEOs to search a vehicle with just the smell of marijuana, but it's no longer possible to tell the difference between legal and illegal marijuana with smell alone. Now LEOs will need additional probable cause to search.
A Florida lawmaker is filing a bill to potentially require all state colleges and universities to rename a campus road after Charlie Kirk. Republican State Representative Kevin Steele filed House Bill 113 on Tuesday. The bill says Florida legislation will hold back state funding for any institution that does not follow the ruling. If passed in January, the University of Florida would have to rename Stadium Road to Charlie James Kirk Road.
A culinary product is sparking controversy among teenagers and young adults. WUFT's Isabella Heupel joins us live in the studio to tell us how nitrous oxide is being dangerously misused.
Nitrous oxide is commonly used in items like whipping cream foam or for infusing flavor when it's marketed as a cooking product. Now the gas is being sold in smoke shops in appealing cans that look like whipping cream. And we're told teens use it for an intense high. Customer interaction is part of what Daniel Tong says leads to satisfaction. He's a manager at a local smoke shop. He's seen a spike in calls regarding a certain product.
We certainly have been getting probably 3 times as many calls for Galaxy Gas, Miami Magic, whipped cream chargers, I'd say, in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
While some shops will continue to profit, Daniel says the risks aren't worth it.
I'd say 30% of the good shops out there, and the rest we have no love for anyways.
Daniel isn't the only one who's noticed an increase in use. According to a survey from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, more than 25 million people over the age of 12 may have tried these inhalants. Stats also show that children ages 12 to 17 are more likely to try the products than customers 18 years old and over. Experts argue this could be linked to some companies' flashy, colorful cylinders with flavors such as vanilla cupcake and mango smoothie. According to Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins, Florida partnered with federal, state, and local law enforcement to combat the abuse of nitrous oxide.
I've heard stories of shops moving, $100,000 of nitrous oxide in a week from some of the suppliers. So it's just that kind of thing, the harm to the community, it's just not really cool with us.
Regardless of the crackdowns and increased police presence, Daniel says he wants no part in supplying the demand for the gas. We tried to reach out to the creators of one of the most popular brands of gas, but its website was unavailable. FDA officials heavily advise against the inhaling of nitrous oxide products due to potential health complications. Live in the studio, Isabella Heupel, WUFT News.
Coming up after the break, we'll see how a local community center is helping immigrant students succeed beyond the classroom.
From tutoring to mentoring students, this program has helped many of them to turn language barriers into opportunities. Students aren't just learning English, they're forming friendships, gaining confidence, and discovering opportunities for their future.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
The Hispanic community has had a steady growth rate since 2010, making up now more than 10% of the Alachua County population. That's according to U.S. Census data.
And most of them are immigrants that struggle with a new language, a new school system, and now facing the uncertainty of a new administration. Only on First at 5, WFT's Oriana Torre is live in the studio to detail a program that helps bridge the learning and language barrier for children in North Central Florida.
Yes, Children Beyond Our Borders is an organization that prioritizes education as a principal tool for improvement, investing time and effort to tutor kids for free every week. But taking it a step further, volunteers work to make sure the students can comprehend the work being done.
They come in here, not speak nothing English.
Migrating from another country comes with a lot of changes, one of them adapting to a new language. And parents often face the issues that come with learning a second language for them and their children.
I don't understand for make and help, so it's muy frustrante.
Alexandra de la Cruz just wants better for her two children. One of the main reasons she moved to the U.S. And that's where Children Beyond Our Borders comes in. They welcome students of all backgrounds, but the Hispanic students fill the majority of the spaces available.
With instruction, they might be missing some words, and then they start to get lost. And then as it accumulates, it affects them in the long run. And so here, I believe that we have the chance to fit those gaps that they need to have the complete picture of what they're learning.
Every week, volunteers like Julio Martinez meet their little mentees and they teach them to understand English instructions, complete school assignments, and even getting a better handle on their math skills.
2 times 7 equals 14, right?
And I did see him improve with that, but also our bond at the same time also improved. And then by the second day, we're already making jokes, and I feel like he's my little brother.
Les encanta el lunes. Les encanta el lunes.
The organizations say they have accompanied kids for more than 2 years with the same mentors. Some of the kids who started in elementary are now enrolled at Santa Fe College.
If the kids are doing good, parents are going to be doing good. Maybe not now, of course, but then later, they'll be able to help them.
Every start of the semester, they are always looking for volunteers to join. You can join by going to the webpage you see on the screen. Live in the studio, Oriana Torre, WUFT News.
We're going to start to feel our first real cold front of the season this upcoming weekend. I'll have just how nice this weather is going to be after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back, UF forecaster Matthew Clark to the desk. Matthew, I thought summer break ended a few weeks ago, even a month ago, but it's still scorching hot some of these days.
Yeah, I'm personally done with this weather. I'm ready to put on some sweaters. Matthew, tell us, what can we expect this weekend?
We're going to be getting our first real cold front. You may recall we've had a few cold fronts. I put them in parentheses because, I mean, it's like still 90 degrees, but it's a little bit drier out there. But no, we're actually going to be feeling a little bit colder. This cold front is going to start to push its way through our area as we head into Thursday and Friday. So rain chances are going to be increased as we head into Thursday and Friday. It's going to be a slow-moving front Thursday and Friday. We're finally going to start to feel like fall as we head into this weekend, especially Sunday. Sunday shaping up to be a gorgeous day out there. And then a check-in on the tropics. Hurricane season doesn't end officially until November 30th, so we are still in the thick of hurricane season. Right now on Campus Cam, it is 84 degrees. We are still very humid outside, getting a little bit of winds from the east at around 15 miles per hour. A little bit less windy than it has been, but it is still a little bit breezy out there. Temperatures across our area, we did not reach 90 here in Gainesville. We're sitting at 84. Bronson did hit 90. They're 3 degrees cooler, still 87, still pretty warm out to the west. And then Live Oak, 86. Same thing down for Ocala, 84 as well. So another summer-like day. We are tracking a few scattered showers and sprinkles as we head into the rest of this evening. Most of those showers have moved their way further off to the west near Levy County, Marion County as well, further down to the south, just passing across I-75. But for the most part, most of those showers are going to remain well to the east of our area as this front slowly starts to sink in towards our area as we head into tomorrow and on Friday. And there is some much cooler air behind this front. It's already starting to move its way through the northeast. The mid-Atlantic across the Ohio River Valley is already starting to see some of that dry air, and we're going to start to see some of that dry air as we head into Saturday and Sunday. But ahead of that front, we're going to start to see some showers and sprinkles on and off as we head into tomorrow and Friday. We are going to see increased cloud coverage as well, so tomorrow afternoon we'll have some isolated showers out there. Increased cloud cover. Temperatures are only going to get into the mid to lower 80s tomorrow, so not nearly as hot as it was today, but that's in the form of increased rain chances as well as cloud cover as we head into tomorrow night. Much of the same. You get the general picture that we'll be seeing some scattered showers out there. Friday morning could be some patchy fog. Winds are going to start to pick up, though, as we head into Friday afternoon, as that front starts to sink its way down in towards our area as we head into Friday night. And then overnight Friday into Saturday, that cold front is going to sink its way further south and leave for some beautiful weather as we head into this weekend. 81 on Saturday, mostly sunny, and then pretty much mainly sunny as we head into Sunday with a high of 82 degrees, lower humidity, breezy conditions from the north. It is a beautiful weekend to get outside, something we've been waiting for quite some time, especially if you are tired of that summer weather. And then here's the sweater weather down in the morning on Sunday and Monday. We're going to be waking up in the 50s on Sunday and morning and remaining in the lower 60s as we head into the beginning of next work week. So getting out and about early as we head into the foreseeable future. It's going to be a little bit chilly. We are still in hurricane season, though, and we're checking in on the Gulf. This time last year, Milton was out in the Gulf. The good news is this group of thunderstorms is going to crash into southern Mexico. No development there. We do have our 10th named storm of the season, Tropical Storm Jerry, still kicking out in the Atlantic. Winds of 60 miles per hour. But the good news is this is going to follow the trend that most of the other storms have followed as we've headed into hurricane season, which is going to recurve back out to sea. So the 7-day forecast, increased rain chances Thursday and Friday, but then once that front moves its way through, looking at those highs, we're going to be in the lower 80s and waking up in the upper 50s.
Looking forward to it, Matthew. Thank you. Now, new at 5, it's homecoming season at the University of Florida, and the final touches are being put on the main event, the homecoming parade. The streets of Gainesville will fill with floats, performances, and the energy of Gator Nation, as you can see on your screen right now. This is video from last year's event. The parade will feature the homecoming king and queen, and the pageant to decide the court is happening tomorrow at the University Auditorium. Now, the parade is next Friday, October 17th. It begins at noon and starts at University Avenue and 13th Street. WUFT's very own Kira Carl and I will anchor the live stream of the parade. So if you can't see it in person, you could tune in right here on WUFT-TV or online at WUFT.org.
Coming up in sports, multiple Gators gymnasts leave today for the Artistic World Championships. They'll head to Jakarta, Indonesia with the rest of the USA's representatives. Find out how many of the 4 slots they filled after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to sports. I'm Hannah Getman. For the first time in a long time, Florida football fans have something to be happy about. The Gators wrangled the Texas Longhorns on Saturday, picking up their first SEC win of the season. Head coach Billy Napier said the intangibles helped his team turn things around and pull off the upset.
And they played for each other this past week. So got good people. I think that's the number one ingredient to being able to handle adversity and turn things around is you got to have quality people.
Unfortunately for Florida, they'll continue to face adversity for the rest of the season. Their next test is waiting for them in College Station. Florida heads there this Saturday to face number 5 Texas A&M and the 12th man. The Gators will see if good people will be enough against a tough Aggies team and an even tougher crowd. The national champion Gators men's basketball team is less than 30 days away from their season opener. And as the team gets ready to defend its title, it's also getting accustomed to a new backcourt and talk of a repeat. Junior guard Urban Clavzar said the team's approach is, what's past is prologue.
We know we won the national championship, but I feel like the returners, we don't really look at that anymore. We know we are the champs, but we gotta look after each game individually. I think we gotta go after it every day, and things are gonna come. But I just like the whole group. We lost a lot of talent, of course, in guard play, but that's why we gotta step up now, and we kept the backcourt, so I think we'll be fine.
New faces on this year's squad include Boogie Fland, Xavier Lee, Alex Lloyd, and legacy Gators CJ Ingram, whose father played basketball and football at UF. As he follows in family footsteps, he says it's incredible to think about coming over from Montverde, and in his first year of college ball, he's set to face teams like Arizona, UConn, and Duke.
Just growing up watching college basketball, those are the teams that's always on TV. But, they're considered blue bloods, which I think we should be considered as well. It's going to be a surreal feeling, but, I just got to be with my feet on and be ready to play when those times come.
Florida gymnastics are well represented at the 2025 Artistic World Championships in Jakarta, Indonesia. Sophomore Sky Blakely said she's happy to have Gator grad Leanne Wong with her heading into the competition.
And having Leanne alongside me, knowing that she's been doing this for a couple years now, I feel like I have someone to kind of look up to and kind of follow her path and see what she's done. And also just have that support system where I can lean on her, she can lean on me, kind of going through the same process together.
Blakely and Wong make up half of the 4 athletes selected to represent the U.S. at the competition. Both are already World Championships medalists. They leave today for the championships, which are set to begin October 19th. After a tough loss against LSU on Sunday, Florida volleyball has made history, just not in the way they might have wanted. Head coach Ryan Tice and the 7-6 Gators need to pull out more close wins to improve.
You are what your record says, so we're going to have to find a way to win some of those tight ones. And twice this year we've given up significant leads in a set. That we've got to fix that if we're going to be in the top tier of the league.
Following Sunday's 5-set loss, Florida dropped out of the top 25. This is the first time the Gators are unranked since 1991. They'll look for a much-needed win at home on Friday against number 25, Missouri. That's it for sports. We'll have one final look at weather after the break.
Welcome back. We have an increased chances of showers on Thursday and Friday, only a 30% chance of showers. Also increased cloud coverage as a front slowly starts to sink down into our area, but once it moves out of our way, beautiful weather as we head into the weekend. Beautiful weather to get outside, waking up in the 50s. It is just going to be gorgeous for the foreseeable future.
Thanks, Matthew, and thank you for joining us. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
Have a good night.